Good afternoon and welcome, Leslie Ann and Bob, and everybody who is attending right now. So let's get started. This is Go for Lunch for April the 2nd, 2024, brought to you by GoFor Technology. I am Roger Harmon, your host, and we are here to make your technology work for you. This is International Fact Checking Day. So we probably all experienced something we saw on the internet, and we wanted to inform or warn our friends and family about it, only to find out that it was not a fact, it was a fake. So to celebrate International Fact Checking Day, I direct you to the link down below that gives you several different sources where you can fact check things before you forward them and not be embarrassed. So we're talking about rent a printer. So this is not a new concept for businesses who have been renting printers for many years, but it is kind of a new concept for home users who have been buying printers outright. So HP has brought out a all-in-one plan. We're going to talk about that today, and then in future presentations we're going to go into the state of the printer market and the considerations for you when buying a printer. So some of those considerations will come up today in the all-in-one plan explanation. So HP has recently introduced this all-in-one plan, which is a monthly subscription. You get a printer, you get ink, and you get support. So let's look at how that works. So if we go to the HP website, you can see there's the ink. I love this graphic here. I spent some time on that. You get printer replacement the next business day if they can't fix it, using their 24/7 Pro support. Okay, so how does this work? So you have a choice of 3 different printers. You get automatic ink delivery before you run out. You have several different plans of how many pages you need to print per month. You get this 24-hour Pro live support, which apparently is over the phone. If they can't fix it over the phone, they will send you a new printer the next business day. And then after 2 years, if you want to get a new printer, they will send you a new printer without any additional charge. You'll just keep paying your monthly charge and get a new printer. And then when you get your new ink cartridges, they will provide you a way to recycle the used ones. Now, this all-in-one plan has a 30-day risk-free trial period, but if you do cancel it after 30 days, there are some fees that you would have to pay. So here are the printers that they are offering in this plan: the Envy Inspire, and the Office Jet Pro. So you can see that they all print, they all scan, they all copy, and the Office Jet Pro allows you to send directly from the printer. So let's compare the plans. So let's take the middle one here. I always like to get a printer that has a display on it. It's a lot easier to set up than one that does not have a display. So we're going to customize our plan as to how many pages we want to print a month. So we've chosen the Envy Inspire, and then we scroll down here to see the different plans. So we have a light plan for $9 a month, which is 20 pages, 50 pages for $11 a month, 100 pages for $13 a month, and 300 pages for $19 a month. So how does your plan work? How do they get that ink delivered automatically? Well, they monitor your printer so that they know before the cartridge runs out when you need more ink, and they will ship it to your door. So let's go back to our original page here. They spent a lot of time on this page. So let's go down here. There's our 3 printers. And here's our ink arriving at your door. So you can print, you can choose light printing, moderate printing, frequent printing, and those are your choices. And that replacement will be sent the next business day if they can't fix it over the phone. And then you can get a new printer every 2 years if you so desire. They are saying this is a sustainable process. And so here are the printers. Those prices are for 20 pages a month. And now we have the frequently asked questions. So is this a printer subscription, you may ask? Yes is the answer. And you might also wonder why to use the all-in-one plan and not just purchase the printer. And we're going to go into that a little deeper here in a moment. But HP says you don't have to worry about finding the right printer, running out of ink, or troubleshooting printer issues. The HP all-in-one plan is an all-inclusive service that ensures you have the printer, ink, and support you need to keep things working. So we've covered most of these things already. So let's move on. So they don't actually tell you which model printers are available in the all-in-one plan, but by comparing specs, I concluded that the middle option is an MV Inspire 7251, which is a wireless color all-in-one inkjet printer with 3 months of instant ink if you were to buy it outright. So I found it at Walmart for $129. On the HP site, it's $199. And then Walmart offers an all-state protection plan for 2 years for a one-time fee of $16. So here's what's covered in that all-state protection plan. It covers mechanical and electrical failures, item failures during normal use or normal wear and tear, other malfunctions, 24/7 customer support. I don't know if that is by phone or chat or email. Easy claim, online claims, and fast repairs and replacements. So if you subscribe to Instant Ink at the 50 pages per month plan, that's $5 a month. So when we put this all together, we have the $129 to buy the printer, $16 for the protection plan for 2 years. The rest of the 2-year time span would be another 21 months of Instant Ink, which would cost you over $104. So that gives us a total of $249.79 for 2 years if you buy the printer and you subscribe to just the Instant Ink plan. So if you do the all-in-one plan, That's $11 for 50 pages a month. That gives you $263 total when you rent the printer. When we compare that to buying the printer with the instant ink, that's $249. So you only have almost $14 difference in the two methods of obtaining your printer. So the question is it worth it just having everything through HP, or do you want to split it up and deal with HP on the instant ink and Allstate on the support? Of course, there is a third option. You could buy the printer outright and then buy the cartridges, which on Amazon costs $45 for one black and one tricolor ink. So the yield is 200 pages of black, 165 of tricolor. So based on those yields, over 2 years, it's going to be approximately 7 sets of cartridges, of course, depending on how you print. And hopefully they don't dry up. So that brings you to $314 just for the cartridges. So that is probably not a good deal. So one thing we need to consider here in the Sonoran Desert is that if you don't use your printer at least once every week or two, the cartridges can dry out. And then especially if you're buying those $44 cartridge sets, you have to go out and buy another one. So that's why having an ink subscription might be a good deal. You still need to print at least once a week or once every 2 weeks to keep the ink flowing through the print head, which is part of the cartridge. But over the long run, getting the instant ink or the all-in-one plan probably would be better if you don't print a lot. But there's this privacy issue that has been talked about over the internet, and that says that HP enforces a constant connection so the company can monitor things that make sense for the subscription, like ink cartridge statuses, page count, and to prevent unauthorized use of your account. So that means that if you're not connected to the internet, or the printer is not connected to the internet, it may not print. However, HP will also remotely monitor the type of documents printed, the devices and software used to initiate a print job, peripheral devices, and any other metrics that HP thinks are related to subscription and decides to add to its remote monitoring. But wait, there's more. The all-in-one privacy policy also says that HP may transfer information about you to advertising partners so that they can recognize your devices, perform targeted advertising, and potentially combine information about you with information from other companies in data sharing cooperatives that HP participates in. The policy says that users can opt out of sharing personal data. So this is a consideration. HP is basically telling you in the fine print that they can spy on you and then sell that information to advertisers. Now, this is nothing new. We know that Google does this as a way that they make billions of dollars a year. Walmart actually just bought the television manufacturer Vizio. It's been long known that Vizio makes more money off of selling your data than they do selling their television sets. So if this is a concern, you may want to weigh this before deciding how you want to get your printer. So that brings us to questions. If you just pop in a question or a reaction in the section there on YouTube, we'll get to that in just a second. And if you would share the GoFor Gazette, which comes to you every Monday morning at 7 o'clock with anybody you know that uses Apple devices. And if for some reason you're not getting a GoFor Gazette, please let me know. I've had several people call this week and say that they did not receive it, so we need to troubleshoot that situation. So here we are, and let's see what you have to say. So hi Doriana. So Yeah. So Leslie Ann says, what marketing exec came up with the Inspire as a printer name? And Bob Wood says, sounds like too much money for residential customers. Also, the possibility to security issues, i.e., can see what you are printing. Exactly. And Leslie Ann says, I have the ink plan and like it a lot. Renting the printing seems expensive, like Bob says. So, yes, so this is a conundrum for sure, whether you want to just get your instant ink if you don't print that much. And also, on the instant ink plan, you can change your plan month to month. So, for example, this month, if you had more printing to do because of taxes, you could up your page count just for April, and then in May you could bring it back down to what you normally do. So there is some flexibility in the page count each month. But the privacy issue, I think, is something that we should consider. Our privacy is being compromised a lot by Google and Vizio and lots of other people. And so the question that Leslie Ann has is, how do you get out? Out of the all-in-one plan? If that's what you mean, if that's not what you mean, clarify it, please. But the way you get out of the all-in-one plan is you can get out for no obligation before 30 days. After 30 days, I think in the first year, you pay a penalty fee and return the printer and the ink. And then in the second year, the penalty fee is a little less, but you still have to pay a fee if you want to cancel after the 30 days. So if that wasn't what you're talking about, please let me know. And if you have any other questions that you think of after we end today, you can always call me or email me, and that information will be coming up here momentarily. So thank you for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you back here next Tuesday with Go for Lunch at high noon. Oh, okay. So Leslie Ann was saying, how do you opt out of the advertisers? I did not look that up, but usually in the terms and conditions, they will outline, where you have to email or call, or sometimes I see where you have to write a letter to restrict what information they will share with advertisers. So that's in their terms and conditions, but I don't know offhand what that is. So thanks again. Glad to see you all here. We will see you next week, and take care.